Well, Dave, in the retro 99, kid, do you remember watching the World Cup back in 99?
Yeah, obviously I think you can't go past the fond memories of obviously Flemmo rolling that ball to Gilly and taking the stumps. It was a memorable occasion, one that we always remember forever, and you just think the lucky escape that we had in that game, and obviously with the final as well against Pakistan. I just think brings back great memories, and it's a privilege and honour to put this outfit on, and I think it'll bring back some special memories for those guys watching as well.
You guys back home now, does it feel a little bit weird to be playing cricket at home so late in the year?
Yeah, look, and that's the hardest thing about this game is with the schedule how it is. Obviously, a Cricket Women's World Cup, with the demands of international cricket, with our World Cup coming up as well, you got to play these series, and they've been in there for a while now. And at the end of the day, we've got to keep putting our best foot forward and keep taking on those challenges. I think the biggest challenge for us was the long flight to South Africa, and then the quick turnaround, and they're little things, they're little minor things, little distractions that we can't take care of ourselves, and it's out of our control, but we've got to come out here and obviously put a good performance on the board.
Do you do things like as far as management goes, as managing jet lag or managing body condition after a long flight playing a few days later back home? Yeah,
there's obviously some resources that you can utilise to get over jet lag. Which is it can be a tough thing. For me, it's okay because I've got kids and they're up early, so I'm already up, so it's good for me. But look, I think it's a tight turnaround given the nature of the time zones that we've passed, and at the end of the day, New Zealand have come from their home as well. So look, I think it's going to be a great contest. Two great teams, and they've been playing exceptional cricket.
Do you talk about continuing the perfect summer you guys have had at home? Like, your home record is you're unbeaten, which is pretty rare. Is it something you talk about, or I guess at least want to continue?
Yeah, definitely. We always want to continue to win on home soil, regardless of how well we've been going this summer. The priority is to win literally every game that you play at home. There's no excuses. You've got a lot of stuff that's in your favour. Obviously, the biggest thing in our favour is the crowd, which is always fantastic that fans support us and can come out and watch us.
Are you worried that with footy starting and coronavirus and the late game that the crowds may not be as big as what you used to?
As I've said before, it's out of our control. Obviously, the virus is a big thing globally, not just at home, and there's bigger things to worry about than cricket, and that's one of them. So for us, it's the fortunate thing is for us to be able to go out there and play cricket and do what we love. And if people can't come out here and support us, I'm sure they'll be doing that at home.
Can you put your finger on why things haven't clicked for you in the last? I'm talking about the team in the last 4 or 5 matches, ODIs.
It's hard to put my finger on it, but look, obviously we had a great win that first game against India. The only thing I can probably put it down to is the top 4, not scoring the bulk of the runs, which is you can't do it all the time, but we've got to at least one of us go on and be there at the end, and Mana showed that application the other day in Poch. Obviously, it was a big occasion for him going back home for the first time and playing in his hometown. It was awesome to see him get that 100. But I think you look back at the last 10 one-day games we played against South Africa, we think we've won 1. And it is disappointing, but at the end of the day, we've got to keep trying to get better at that. We try and find a balance with our batting through the middle as well. So there are little things there that we're trying to work out, and I think the good thing is we've got time on our side.
New Zealand had some injuries during the Test series here. They've got a full strength bowling attack back, Trent's back, Lockie Ferguson's back. What sort of challenge do you think they'll provide over the next 3 games?
I think it's irrelevant to the players that they put on the park. They always present a very good challenge. They're a great team, especially one-day cricket and 2020 cricket. They're very, very disciplined in what they do. Obviously led by a world-class gentleman and player in Kane. So he knows a lot of our players inside out, and I'm sure that they'll bowl to their specific plans, and then when they bat, they'll know what to do. And for us, it's about starting well in the power plays. Power plays are the key in this game, with the bat and the ball. So that's our biggest thing to do, is to start well there.
Do you sort of almost switch into T20 mode? I know it's a T20 World Cup here, 50 over World Cup's not years away. Do you try and get in that mode? I know it's a pseudo sort of game. Do you try and get in that mode?
Yeah, I think we go back a couple of years. We're leading into a World Cup, and we had 3 one-day games before a 2020 World Cup, and it was bizarre because we didn't know what to do. But no, this is a one-day obviously fixture and series. Then we move on to the 2020 series in New Zealand. So we've got to obviously, it's quite similar in the first 10. You do sort of accelerate as well as you can, get off to a good start. But 50 overs is a long time. You don't realise that until we played the 2020s before it, and then you come out and 50 overs is a long time. So look, I don't want to be getting out in the 5th or 6th over and sitting there for 40 odd overs and chewing my fingernails. So look, I'll be obviously working my backside off to bat the whole 50. But I think just being back at home, back-to-back games here at the SCG, what a better way to finish the home sort of season on a high and win every game here.
And how motivating was seeing what the women's did the other night on Sunday night, and you almost want to eclipse that or even match that, what they achieved with that fantastic crowd.
Yeah, look, extremely. They've set the benchmark for any team worldwide, not just for cricket and the men's team. They're superbly led by Meg and obviously the coaching staff, Moddy the coach. The players are so disciplined. They just seem to everything go well and gel together as a team, and it's inspiring. We can't be any happier and prouder of their achievements.
With the next World Cup so far away, are you still using the sort of game plan that you used in the last World Cup?
Yeah, look, that's something that we've touched on. We've got to obviously tinker a few things and work out how we want to play. Obviously, given that's another 3 and a bit years away, you have to set that platform early. Otherwise, you might as well just put a development side on the park. So for us, it's about working out what's going to be the key ingredient as a batting unit. Whether you take on the first 10, you take on the middle overs. We saw England dominate for a good 18 to 24 months playing the brand that they do, but you have to realise that they've got great depth in their batting. They bat all the way down to number 11. So they're little things that you've got to tinker with as a team. We've got the artillery to do that. We've got great depth in Australian cricket. It's about people taking the opportunity and really going on with that.
England is Australia's #1 foe, but where does New Zealand rank in terms of rivalries for Australians?
Oh, rivalry is always big between us. Obviously, a short flight across the Tasman, and they're as I said, they're a great unit. They're a great bunch of lads. But when they play competitively and in the great spirit of the game. And they always put a great challenge on the park. And as I said before, they had a few injuries during the test series, but they got great depth as well. Which is encouraging signs for world cricket for all of us, that the depth coming through the under-19s level, and people and kids, you call them kids coming through, are getting picked at this level, which is fantastic for cricket worldwide.
Have you had to take any precautions, the other sports banning handshakes? Have you guys had implemented anything different with the whole coronavirus situation?
Look, at the end of the day, if I'm not going to shake hands with you, but pass that ball around to each individual, I don't know. It's something out of my depth. I'll be shaking hands no matter what.